Well, maybe. Refresh. Enhance. Enhance. Hey, who wants to check in again? You can do that again, I think. Anyway, I don't know why that happened, or even what happened. I have a suspicion, but I don't really know. My suspicion is that the computer was trying to catch up, because I had. Anytime I plug something into the outlet that I use the computer off of, I charge the computer is being charged. Actually, no. Yeah, the computer and the Ethernet are on the same outlet, and anytime I plug anything else into that outlet, eventually it messes with the stream. Eventually it messes with the stream. I don't know why. Well, I do know kind of why. Anyway, whatever. What were we doing? Just attempting to eat orzo like a... Anyway. What did we... Where were we? High speed was funny. I'm glad it was funny. I'm glad it was funny. For me, I like looked over at the screen and I'm like, oh, I'm like moving my arm and it's like, womp, 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 womp. And then like it just proceeded to get worse from there. Krem, welcome in. Okay, the pasta is what we were doing. I am going to dump all the pasta into one bowl, and then we're going to take half of it and put it in this other bowl. Sound good? Sound good? All right, and then we're gonna pop it in the refrigerator. And there is gonna be an ad that's coming in just a few minutes. We were actually like right up against an ad break anyway when that all went down, so not a bad thing. We're gonna do that. We'll take a little words on stream break, and then we'll be back and we'll make the sauce for this, and then we'll pop it in the refrigerator, and then we'll be good. Okay, so orzo is out and in a container. I'm going to take half of that. And take half of this. 1086. 1086 divided by 2 is 5,043. Or 543. Darlene, the sound was funny. And we're still, okay, but, okay, and we are live on YouTube again. By virtue of your chat, assumptions are made. Checking. Confirming? Yes. Confirming. Great. Right. 543. Yes, 543. All right. Let's do half. So half of this. Roughly. Not roughly. I want to do half. That's the whole point in measuring. Why do they even say roughly? That doesn't... Because the bowls are different shapes, this does not look or feel like half. But it is. Okay. I trust the science. I trust the science. So this should be well over 543. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we're going to put this orzo in the refrigerator. This is going to cool down. Cook pasta, drain, and set in fridge to cool. Yes, indeed. Let's do it. You can hear fridge sounds. Amazing. And okay, next I need to do the sauce. So we're gonna do the sauce in basically two separate versions. One with an extra egg yolk. That's going to be the difference in both of these. Okay, let's do a quick break. We're going to take a little one here and do a game of words on stream after we've recalibrated from our tech issues today. The tech issues that I could not rightly identify, but happened nonetheless. But like I said, I think it was because there was power. I don't know. That outlet was doing too much. The outlet that I was using to plug everything into was the same outlet that runs the internet, and that is not a good thing. So we can't do that. We've learned. Should we say hi again? Should we set the hi command? There we go. All right, let's have a quick little words on stream break. Okay, if you're new to the stream, for the next 3 minutes, we're gonna run advertisements on the Twitch platform. If you're on YouTube, you're not gonna get any ads. But here they come. Here comes a game of words on stream, and we'll be right back.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Commercials I Hate.
There we go. All right. 20 check-ins. Sita, I got you. All right. I'm gonna put some of these dishes away that are on the dish rack because those are clogging up the flow of clean dishes. So we need to make some adjustments here. So speaking of adjustments, I know if you can hear me right now, confirms that ad is running. If you can hear me right now, that means you are a subscriber, either Prime or Turbo. Maybe someone gifted you a sub. I don't really care how or why, but thank you. One, I appreciate you. And two, not really subscriber related, but just general maintenance related. I made some adjustments to the sound in the stream, and if you are hearing more sound today, that is by design. And if it is weird, or I end up sounding too robotic or whatever, you can let me know, please. And I will make adjustments at a later date. Not today. I will not be adjusting the sound again today, except if I need to set it back to what it was before. We're not going to do tech in real time today. All right, last guesses. Last guesses on this round. Syncing. Dee. Okay, we got one more. We definitely got one more. Let's do another. Here we go. All right. Dan, welcome in. Good to see you. Bob, I see you too, but I don't know if you can hear me because there's an ad running. But if you can, hello, and if not, I'm going to say hi again when the ad's over. The ad is almost over, though. All right. Hello again. If you are watching on Twitch, thank you for your patience during the ad break. Welcome back. It's good to have you. If you don't like advertisements, you can get rid of them by subscribing. Or if you're a regular Twitch watcher, I would suggest you subscribe to Twitch Turbo. And it eliminates ads across the platform. Anyway, we're finishing a round of words on stream and then we're going to get back to our food making today. If you've never played words on stream before, you type the words that you think you see in the letters that are mixed up at the top into chat, and then the board will tell you if you are correct or not. And sometimes the board won't have your word, even if it is a word that is literally in the dictionary, such as meme. Anyway, Bov, welcome in. I said hi to you during the ads, but I don't know if you could hear me, so hello. Welcome. Sida, how many times did you read the dictionary as a kid? It's just so fun. Some folks have a very unique and keen ability to like see words like that. I'm always impressed. I think it's great. And I think it's great. All right, let's turn this second camera back on and see if it freezes again. This is the part, this camera may have been the issue. I don't know. I don't know what the issue was. I know that it wasn't user error. Not this time. No, keep your calculator out, Lou. What are you doing? You're definitely going to use that again. Shark on the fridge. Shark on the fridge. There's a shark on the fridge. Mix, welcome in. Okay. Sauce. In the saucepan, heat 1 cup of juice with 1 cup of sugar, stirring to dissolve the sugar. Okay. I'm gonna divert from this just a little bit because I want to stirring to dissolve the sugar. 3 tablespoons of flour with some of the juice. So I kind of want to mix. So into the sauce is basically this. The sauce is a cup of sugar, a cup of fruit juice, 3 tablespoons of flour, an egg. That's it. Now all of those things kind of go in at once. The way that the recipe that I have says to do this is to heat the cup of juice with the sugar to dissolve the sugar. Then you mix in the flour. You mix the flour and juice in like a separate cup, and then you mix that in with the juice. So you have hot juice, sugar, flour. Then you add a little bit of that hot mixture into an egg, and then add that back to the pan. I think I'm going to do this way. I think I want to mix. I think I want to mix the egg in with a little bit of the egg and yolk. I think I want to mix. I'd like to mix the egg yolk with the sugar, because that's more of like the custard process. I think what I'm going to do is maybe both of these things. Did I do an egg hunt for Cal so fast? Yes, I hid 45 eggs around the house, filled with like various candy, and it was fun. He got a kick out of it. Birthday stream. I'm glad it went well. I did not catch that stream. Are we making upside down cake? We're making Rosa Marina salad mix. Put an actual egg in one. I did put a full-size Cadbury egg in one, even though Cadbury eggs in this part. Do you know why the Easter Bunny hides his eggs? He does not want anyone to know he's having sex with chickens, Scrum says. The Easter Bunny is like actually a shameful character, and we just didn't know that all along. Plot twist. Why don't you make it in a double boiler? Because I feel like I want this to be simple, simpler. Double boiler is like not complex. However, if it's not necessary, I don't want to add complication. Right? So I think what I could do, I think I'm going to follow this recipe. I'm going to follow this recipe as it is. And I'm just going to add an extra egg yolk to it. One, yeah, I'm going to add an extra egg yolk. And then I think, so that's one. I'm doing two versions of this today. I'm doing two versions of this today. One, I think I'm just going to follow the recipe and add a yolk to it, and that's it. So 1 egg, 1 yolk. The other one, I think what I'll do is I'll add the egg and the sugar and mix those together. I'll add the egg, the sugar, and the flour in a bowl. I'll mix those together. Then I'll slowly incorporate the warm juice into that, and then I'll add that all back together. Because as far as I can tell, the only reason that you add the sugar to the hot juice is to dissolve the sugar proactively, and I feel like you can do that after the fact. We're going to try it. The literal worst that can happen is it's disgusting. And it's chunky, and it's weird, and if that happens, we don't put it on the orzo, we just try again. Right? Because I'm only using a cup of juice, and I've got way more than a cup of juice in these bowls. What recipe are we working on? Developing. Bob, we're working on this rosa. It's called a rosa marina salad. So basically, it's orzo, pineapple, orzo, crushed or pineapple chunks, mandarin oranges, maraschino cherries, a custardy sort of sauce that goes on top of the orzo, and then when you're ready to serve that, you mix it with Cool Whip. It's very retro. So we're gonna try the sauce the way that it says, right? Just completely as it is stated. Full stop. Just, I got this recipe from my mom. It was from 1989. She got it in 1989. I had it as a kid, but I don't have any sort of like, I've never made it myself. And it is very much like ambrosia salad, lemon. Yeah, it's ambrosia salad. It kind of looks like, it has a consistency maybe like rice pudding, also a good sort of analogy, analogous element here. Okay, so number one we're gonna do is this one. This is number one, crushed pineapple, soaking the orzo and the orzo and the fruit together with the sauce. Number two is going to be soaking the orzo separately from the fruit and then adding the fruit in right before serving it. And what I want to know out of that is the one that was soaked with the fruit liquidy or not? So let's give this juice a little stir here. So in a saucepan, we're going to heat 1 cup of the fruit juice. 1 cup is going to be 4 ounces. No, 1 cup is 8 ounces. And then the recipe, the original that I have, it says to throw out the rest of the juice. It's like, just throw it out. You don't need it. And I vehemently disagree with that. I would never throw it out if I wasn't completely finished with it. And even then, I'm just going to drink it. So the ambrosia salad is a divisive subject. I can see that. Ambrosia salad, I think, is a little bit different than what I'm making today. What I'm making today has cherries in it. I think that's the big difference. 1 cup does not feel like 8 ounces. No, it sure doesn't. You're right. You're very correct. Sheesh. Whew. There's a rubber band around the edge of this thing and it just shot across the room. I don't even know where it went. Let me make sure it's not like sitting on the stove somewhere. Yep, literally have no idea where that went. It's over there somewhere. If we smell melting plastic later, we'll know why. I want to get, oh, here it is. It's in the cabinet. It was in one of these little containers that I was just going to look for. I'm gonna get sugar, the same amount of sugar for each of the recipes. I'm not changing the sugar amount. Granulated sugar, 1 cup is 198 grams. All right, 198. Adding whipped cream and marshmallows isn't going to turn me away. See that? I know, right? You could definitely put marshmallows in here. The recipe that I have, I'm familiar with, my childhood version does not have marshmallows, and I'm not including them in my version. However, they are absolutely a feel free to add this. It will be delicious regardless situation. 198 grams of sugar. Oh wait, 198. There we go. I hear Daisy upstairs. She's moving around. We're gonna get to hear some Daisy sounds today on stream. With the change in the microphone setup, that means that Daisy's little paw clicking and her little like barking, we'll be able to hear that, which is kind of nice. Okay, so this is for number 1. This is for number 2. I need 3 tablespoons of flour. And we'll put that in a smaller container. Okay, flour. 3 tablespoons of flour. You know what? I'm just going to use it. I'm just going to use an actual like tablespoon to measure this. I don't usually do that, but today's the day. 1, 2, 3, and then let's do the exact same thing again. 1, 2, 3. All right. Flour is good. And now I think that's it. Oh, eggs, obviously. Levin says, conceptually, I don't think it's bad, but in practice, it's often wet and soggy with the cream just oozing. That's what we're trying to avoid. Exactly. We're trying to avoid the trying to avoid the wet, liquidy buildup that happens after you get after it like sits in the fridge for a while. And I think that's why I'm making sort of two versions. I want to see which one ends up more liquidy after it's rested for a day. So that's kind of the motivation here. And for this, I want to do one of these. No, one of these I'm going to follow exactly as it says. The other one I'm going to mix the egg and sugar and flour together, and we'll see kind of which one works better. Pen. There it is. Just Trupo's out making friends. That's super cute. I kind of love that. Okay, I'm just making some notes here. She was like, I'm out. Parties, I'm joining the party. That's super cute. It's nice that she stopped there and was like, okay, this is as far as I'm going. Oh man. There was our neighbor's dog like tried to come in the house the other day. Not actually tried to come in, just like moved towards our front step, and Daisy like lost her mind. She was like, absolutely not. No more friends. She did not want it. Okay, I also want to do, let's get 1 cup of the other juice while I'm sort of in the measuring process here. And I'm even going so far as to take the juice for number 2 from number 2. From bowl number 2. I did not combine the juices. Not yet. We will combine the juices once this is finished, and then I'm going to drink them. I'm actually not going to, I'm going to not drink them straight. I'm going to put them in some sparkling water. Okay. That's perfect. So we have juice. So this one is all going to get combined together. So let's stack these. This one is going to go as it is, just like that. Let's get out our eggs. Get out our eggs. So one of these is just going to have 1 egg cracked and added in sort of after the fact. And then the other one is going to be mixed all together. And let's actually just do that in the bowl here. So this is number 1. This is going to be number 2. Mr. Friendly Boy, welcome in. Megan, hello. Welcome in. Oh, Bob. Bentley is an adventurer, huh? Damn. What did they do? What did they do in that situation? Were they just like, can you come get your dog? I assume you were very nearby and saw that happening. Okay, we have 1 egg and 1 yolk. The goal is to try this 2 different ways. We're just looking for a couple different things in the sauce. Looking for custardiness, for lack of a better term. Consistency is what I'm looking for. Baker, welcome in. And I'm also gonna whip this egg. Great. And I think we'll just use the same saucepan for both of these. I don't know why. I don't know why I needed to two, because I'm only going to do one at once. I'm only doing one at once because I want to watch what happens. Speaking of. All right, so sauce number 1 is going to get mixed in with the fruit and the orzo. So this is going to get mixed in basically right away after it's done. Before I make that sauce, I'm going to give this orzo a stir here. This is going to be an overnighter in the fridge. This one will have the fruit and the sauce. The other one is just going to have the sauce. Peter Matthews, welcome in. It doesn't work here. Wait, what doesn't work? Jokes, I don't get them. Also true. So we're going to do this 2 different versions. The recipe calls for 8 ounces of orzo, so I made a whole box and we're going to do a double batch. A Sharpie emote. That should be BTTV emotes should work. I don't know why they don't. I don't know why that one didn't. I'll say that. Okay. This is number 1. We're going to do exactly what it says. Heat the cup of juice with 1 cup of sugar, stirring to dissolve the sugar. Mix in the flour with some of the juice. Stir well. And add back to the juice pan to thicken. Stir some of the hot juice mix into 1 beaten egg. And add that to the pan and stir well. Okay. So, juice, sugar, flour, egg. Oh, are those per channel? I don't ever know how those work. I haven't actually, and very admittedly, I've never actually tried to add anything to Better TTV. So, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, hopefully that camera. Hopefully, we've figured out our issues. We figured out our issues from earlier. And if not, may they not persist farther. I often wonder who has the most channel points. I think I might know, but the Cookie Club thing really messes it up because that's like a lot of points at once. All right, we're gonna turn this on. Turn that on like 5 out of 7.
I know what I'm doing. I have no freaking idea what I'm doing.
Sometimes, often that is true. Not gonna lie. All right, heating this up. Add the sugar. Oh, right. Now I remember why I don't like this little pot. Yeah. So, Fluff, you're probably right. I mean, it has to just be someone who's been here since, a couple, for years. Functionally, VIP also gets you access to... what else does it do? There's a couple. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I forget exactly. But there's a few things that are in the bot that you can do that are specifically for VIPs. But I'll be dead honest that I don't remember what those are. The Chaos Emeralds. It is. Every so often, I go through and just assign some VIPs, maybe once a year, and it has nothing to do with how much someone's in chat or not. Actually, it kind of is. But, you know, if you're not in chat for a year and you still have a VIP badge, I might take it away to give to someone else. Yeah, you can. I don't know if I've ever turned on emote only mode or slow mode. So that is, yeah, yes, and yes, and banana muffin bread is kind of amazing. So Fluff, you did. That's true. Yeah, I don't use the emote only chat. I don't use either one of those. Dude Mesa, that is true. You can only have a limited number of VIPs. You're limited to VIPs based on the number of people chatting at once. If you get, I think the next tier, I think this channel we unlock more VIP badges when there are like 50 plus people chatting at once. It's not based on growth. It's not based on like follower count. It's based on engagement rate. I don't know what the metrics are though. Once you like go through a certain gate though, like once you've hit a certain number, if you like, you don't have to maintain that number once you have it. Another 20K, you're within reach. You're within reach. The channel that I have the most channel points on is yeah, there's probably two. I know one I have like 400,000 points on. Just from watch time. I rarely chat. All right, that sugar is pretty well incorporated. Let's come back over here, and the next thing it says, mix 3 tablespoons of flour with some of the juice, stir well, and add back to the juice in the pan to thicken. Okay, so we're simmering. I'm going to turn this way down. I'm going to add, like it says, I'm going to add some juice to some flour. So let's get my flour. I put my flour in the wrong size container to mix in, so let's bring that back around here. All right, we're gonna add just a little bit of the juice into here. Mix it up. Hold on, I need a fork. I'm getting stuff down in the corners of this. So if you're 277, incredible. I know, like, the streams that I've just been watching for a while, like, I know on, like, Lemon Stream I have a ton. Because I just never spend them on anything. And the longer you exist in someone's stream, the sort of longer, the more they grow. All right, so that is, flour looks good. Flour is mixed in. Let's incorporate that. And then I want to, because this is sort of like thick, I'm going to pour some of this back in here and loosen that up. There we go. Okay. Almost. Hold on. Yeah, I don't really like this. That whole process is weird. So like mix it in a separate container, then add it there, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know if I like that. I mean, sorry, I do not like that. Okay, so the flour is mixed in. Next up, it says to stir some of the hot juice into 1 beaten egg and add that to the pan and stir well. Okay, so we're going to take just a very, very little bit of this, And we're going to add it to the egg. And stir and stir. So I'm just tempering the egg so that it doesn't cook. Because I know this is like a weird salad, but I don't want it to have scrambled egg in it. Oh, enjoy your lark. Just adding a little bit. Yeah, hard-boiled egg. Just like a hard-boiled egg in the middle of it. No. Also, just no. So this is not supposed to be a custard. Like, it's not a thick, like, pudding style situation. It is thick, and it's supposed to be like a thick, sort of syrupy sauce. Yeah. I don't know the technical term. I guess it might be a curd. But I know it's not, it's supposed to be liquidy, and it's supposed to like soak into the orzo. So the real star of this particular dish is the like whipped cream that you put in. And the rest of it is this sauce that sort of soaks in. All right, that's probably enough. This is, I don't see any egg curds. I don't see any curds in here, so let's mix this. Let's mix this now, incorporate this into the sauce in the pan. There we go. And I want this to come back up to a simmer, I think. What does this say? Mix in flour, add back to the juice, stir in some of the hot juice into one beaten egg, and add that to the pan, and stir well. Stir thickened sauce into cooled pasta and fruit. It doesn't say anything about thickening the sauce. It just says stir thickened sauce. So, ooh, excuse me. So, I am going to simmer this for like 4, maybe 5 minutes. Just to thicken it like a little tiny bit. Mystery Mayhem, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. 8 months. Thanks for hanging out. The channel that I have the most points on is a DJ channel. And y'all who have hung out here for a while could probably guess which channel that might be, but I've definitely got almost like, I probably have over 400,000 points on that channel. Also, if you are a tier 2 or tier 3 subscriber, you do get points faster just from watch time. So, you know, be a tier 3 subscriber to someone's channel for a couple years and see how many channel points you can get just from watching. Mystery, thank you. If you can put that into cookie chat or send me a DM on Discord, please, I would be appreciative, because I am probably not going to remember that after stream, but I will take care of that if you message me. And I believe that you're right. I also think that you're right. So, for what that's worth. 700k so fluff. Damn, that's a lot. So, Lemon, you actually use your channel points. So Fluff says I hoard mine like Smog. I too like to sit on a pile of channel points and just enjoy them and look at them. All right, this is definitely thickening up. I can feel it. It feels more viscous. Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, this has thickened in just that minute or two. We are now at like a syrupy consistency almost. So that was really like 3 minutes maybe. So I 3 minutes at medium heat. So my heat is at 4 out of 7. And I'm just stirring this consistently so it doesn't burn or get stuck to the bottom of the pan. And now we have the bloom. So here's what happened. The bloom, all that foam that was here is gone. And now this is basically ready to go. It does look like a curd. Yeah. Sky Blue, welcome in. Yeah, I would say that was probably somewhere between 4 and 5 minutes. When I am trying to take notes here, I will, I'm not taking notes on times right now, but I will, when I go back and watch the VOD, I'll actually like time this and see how long I was doing this for. So this, yeah, this looks about right. Oh no! What are we doing? Why? How long has this been live? 46 minutes. Okay. This is a yes issue. Okay, I need to down camera. That one too. Okay. Just back here for a minute. I'll see if using one. No, it's not you. It's me. It is definitely not you. It is me. So it's in here. I caught it before. I think it went completely off the rails.